Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and if you like makeup, using old makeup, and panning your makeup, or watching other people pan their makeup, then why don't you subscribe to my channel? I post videos every week with all sorts of projects and looking at makeup that's coming out as well, so stay tuned. Today, I am continuing my series where I am trying to talk you or myself out of buying some new makeup that is out there. Basically, I love makeup and I wear it every day. I would say I wear it every day. But I don't actually buy a lot of new makeup. And there are many reasons for this, but most of the reasons are just that I can look at different eyeshadow palettes and makeup things and find reasons that I don't need it at this time. And if I wait long enough, then usually I don't even want it at all anymore, and I'm happy to just move on to something else. So, sometimes if I really think I want something, I might save it to a cart, and I figure I can always go back later and, refresh my memory. If it's still calling out to me, then, maybe I will get it, or I'll, wait for a sale, something like that. So, I am going to be looking on Instagram, and I'm starting with the Indie Makeup Spotlight page, which is run by Amy of Amy Loves Makeup. So the first thing I saw is just in time for St. Patrick's Day around the corner, although I think I might be posting this after St. Patrick's Day, so this is even more of a reason to not buy this palette, because by the time it would even get to me, it would be after St. Patrick's Day, and I would be less excited about wearing greens. But I will say for this palette, you look and like the Blarney Stone and the Wild, is that Rover? It's actually kind of hard to read the names of it on here. I'm not sure why it's so blurry looking, but I can't read them the best. But these three greens that are in a diagonal, I saw some people using them and they really didn't look that different on the eyes. So even more of a reason not to have them. And I don't think I have it up yet, but I don't know. It might be up before this. I did a shorts on here where I swatched some of my green eyeshadows just between two palettes, and they were quite similar to each other. One of the palettes is a lot older, and so it makes me feel a little better that, if I really want those greens, I have something similar enough for myself that, I'm okay to let go of the older palette because the quality has gone down a lot. So there is that. But yeah, so this, it's, the fact that three shades at least are very similar. I'm willing to bet that that dark green at the top and the one right below it are also going to be fairly similar as well. And I personally don't need that many nuanced greens in my collection. And then looking at the other shades, I'm not a gold or neutral shimmer kind of girl, really. And then that leaves just one green and one blue. I would have liked to have more green shimmers. I use green shimmers more than I use like light green shimmers, medium green shimmers, and dark green mattes the most, if I had to pick. And this palette doesn't really have enough variety besides that for me. So, moving on. All right, these are some hollow singles from Bella Beauté Bar. So what's funny is these look beautiful. I have to say, I love sparkly things, so this is going to catch my eye. But I will say that the other day, I can't even remember what combination of eyeshadows I put on my lid. Basically, sometimes I go a bit overboard and it's like, oh, what if I put a bit of this and a bit of that? Oh, it started with using the Dollhouse palette from Blend Bunny, and I used the one Blue Shimmer in there, and it looked really nice. And then I just kept adding on other shimmers, and I don't know why. It looked fine. I kept on the look. I didn't take it off or change it then. I just left it. But I will say that it almost looked a bit like I had hollow eyeshadow on, because I had, all these different sparkly shades, and it kind of gave that look. And I realized that I don't really want that on my eyes. It's just, I'm not a super gray, cool toned lover, that much. And if you have hollow, it's going to have a gray, silvery kind of look to it, at least in normal light. I'm not walking around with, flashlights on my eyes all the time. And as pretty as they can look in pictures, I'm just going to see it that way. Just kind of like the Auroras. I know that's not makeup, but it's another pretty thing that people talk about, and they like to go and they take pictures. And supposedly the Auroras look even more interesting in the pictures than they do in real life. And so since I've only ever seen the pictures, I am quite content to just not travel to these cold places to see them if the pictures look better anyway. But that's just me, because, some people are going to love that. So, moving on. We have a palette from Adept Cosmetics, the Cyborg Choir palette. Do we have? Okay, we have some swatches here. So, again, I believe there are some hollow shades here from how it looks. I already said not really into that. We've got, the one on this far side, I guess the far right in the middle and the far left on the other two. That one definitely looks like a hollow silver type of eyeshadow. But then there's just a regular silver eyeshadow. And then there's, it almost looks like there's a hollow blue and a regular blue, and a hollow pink and a regular pink. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. That's kind of how it looks to me. And even if those aren't hollow, the pinks are kind of similar enough that I don't feel like I would need two in a palette. Let me go back to, wait a minute. Wrong. Oh, no, wait a minute. What did I do? Oh, I have to go, okay. I'm not used to using Instagram on my computer, so pardon me, I hit the wrong arrows. Let's see, so if I go back to the palette, the palette, just looking at the shades in the pans, it does not look appealing to me. I don't know. It's just something about the color story. The shimmers just all look very kind of similar, not that interesting. And then the mattes, yes, the yellow with the yellow shimmer, that makes sense, I guess. But what deepening shade would I use for the yellow? I don't know. Maybe, I guess, the black? I kind of would want almost a brown, I feel like, to go with the yellow to kind of deepen that up more than a black. I feel like the black works maybe with some of the other cool toned ones. Yeah, I can't say that this color story does anything for me. That's interesting. I see someone said, what is the matte yellow for? And to me, I would say it would go with the yellow shimmer, but that's me. All right, now we have this pastel palette, and I've seen so many people, demonstrating this, and I will say that it's pretty. I like the gradient. Not interested in these are cheek and lip products, but not interested in that. I'm not seeing the swatches here, but I guess I don't know. What do I want to say about this? The two shades Divine and Infatuation seem way too similar to be in the same palette. I never understand why, when you have something like this where it's clearly supposed to be like a gradient, why isn't there more difference than between the blues? Is it so hard to do? Is there a reason for it? I don't know. But I also feel like if I want to do a pastel palette, I still have my eye on the one from Blend Bunny, the Sickly Sweet. So this doesn't really tempt me away from that. So that's also something that I use as a strategy, is if I am interested in something else that's similar, then, if I compare them, it's like, well, maybe the new product looks better, but maybe that's also just because it's newer and so it seems more exciting. But if the older product is still more interesting to me than the new one, then I know, don't even bother with the new one. So that's, I guess, how I feel about this one. It's nothing against Glaminatrix. I've never tried their formula. I do know that it costs a lot for the shipping here, so that would be a reason also if I was comparing them. But for now, I'm going to stick with my Sickly Sweet. And I do notice we are getting, we're already into February. So this one I already talked about. I feel like we're just getting kind of far back, and these might not even be around anymore. So I'm going to switch to Makeup on Your Radar. And all right, so what is this? I've never heard of Black Moxie Cosmetics. We've got a bunch of swatches. So sneak peeks, I'm guessing these are singles and not a palette. I mean, I would just wait and want to know from other people. I'm not interested in buying any new single eyeshadows at this point. I feel like I have a decent amount that I would like to start using up more of them before I start buying more of these, because I realized that I have some that seem really special, but I don't get to use them as often as I might like because I'm trying to use other ones. So, I want to use up some of these special shades so that they do get use. And, I don't have too many of them sitting around. Otherwise, it's like, oh, well, if I have 30 special shades, they don't seem quite as special as if I only had, 10 of them that I'm rotating through. So that's how I feel for this. Ooh, let's see. Oh, I saw someone demonstrate this one. This Dream Gaze eyeshadow palette. So this was supposed to be a knockoff. This is from the Alter Ego, and it's a knockoff of the Natasha Denona Pastels palette. And that palette, almost everyone has said, don't get. It's not nearly as good as other, indie brand pastels. And I don't have any pastels, so I was certainly not going to spend over $100 on a pastel palette. I think it's over $100. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's more than I would spend. So this one, it would definitely be more affordable. Yeah, it's $22. But the quality looked kind of like the Natasha Denona one. So, I mean, if I was looking between the two, I would pick this one to try, I guess. But I guess I feel like I don't need the shimmers, and they're not even that shimmery. I would more just want the mattes because that's what I don't have in my collection. And they didn't look the best. They looked a little dry and ashy, and maybe they would be different on the eyes, but they kind of looked the way pastels seem to look in general, not the super awesome ones, just the run-of-the-mill types of pastels. All right, what is this? Another Sneak Peach from Dibs Beauty. I've not heard of them. Oh, okay. Well, we're clearly doing the Pantone Color of the Year. Is it Peach Fuzz? Something like that. I guess they make eyeshadow. Oh no, I guess that's part of the soon-to-be faves. So they have an eyeshadow brush, which I do actually like double-sided eyeshadow brushes. I know that most people like the regular type, but I do like the double-sided. Now, for the palette, I'm not a big neutral lover, so I can appreciate that we have the lighter side. I don't think that brown really gets that deep. it would have been nice if it could have been more like, I'm trying to think, like some of these browns in the picture just seem like there are some deeper ones. Like the sunglasses back here, like if you did like the lens color, that could be good because between the two browns, they seem very similar. I also kind of feel like the cream shade should have been even lighter, that I'd rather have more contrast because it's so similar to the other shade, the other peachy shade there, that I don't know why. Yeah, so actually, no, the more I talk about it, the colors, the matte shadows, it's too similar. Maybe if this had been a quad, I do like the little pop of teal because that could be fun, to work in with those peachy browns and all. But yeah, nope, talked myself out of it. For the brush, the main reason I wouldn't consider it this time is the metal with the other piece. Those types of things where it's all the sections, they tend to come off when I'm washing them. Maybe this one's really well made, but I don't have the best luck with that brush style, so I would pass. A body oil, I'm not interested in that. I use moisturizer cream. I get one from the drugstore that I buy in this like really large size. It smells a little chocolatey, which my husband is a fan of, and it works well to moisturize, and that's what I've been buying on repeat. So not interested in this. I don't do fragrance. I've talked before. I don't wear perfume anymore. A color corrector. Well, I feel like these shades would be too much for me. The green and are we really calling that peach? That looks more just like red. Oh, I'm sorry. The peach is the lighter one. Okay. No, never mind. I'm fine. Red, orange, yes. Okay, I agree with their names. It says on deeper... Okay, well, here's my problem. Make sure I'm reading this correctly. Yeah, so you get all three colors, but one of them is for deeper skin tones, and the peach one is for fair medium ones, and then the green is supposedly, is for all skin tones. But why would I want a trio where I can only use two of the shades? And I don't even think I could use any of them because I feel like they are too pigmented and too dark. Like I would have to use such a strong concealer on top to try to cover up that color. I don't see that working. I don't understand why we would put ones for different complexions unless you're a makeup artist. So, nope. More fragrance. I don't use primer. I don't use foundation. So, pass on that. I guess I'll say, if I'm trying to talk you out of it, this primer, Shade and Illuminate. Okay, SPF 25, to me, no. I use SPF 50 on my face. I know they say that 30 is, fine. I used to use it and it didn't really seem to work as well for me because I just burn very easily. But why wouldn't you at least do the 30 instead of the 25? So I feel like, don't count on this for the SPF. And then because they put the SPF in there, is it going to make it come off, too whitish or just not work as well? It's like, why add it unless it's going to give you the actual SPF? And I know it's because then they can get people to buy it for that reason, but no. It's long-wearing, non-drying, sweat-resistant, transfer. I guess my other thing is, what is it doing? What is in it that is making it sweat-resistant and all of that? Because it makes me think of, like, with deodorants versus antiperspirants. So I don't use antiperspirants anymore because I used to just get rashes. I would have to rotate between different ones. And then it got to a point where it didn't even matter when I rotated, I would still get a rash. So then I swapped to just deodorants. And yes, I sweat a little bit more with them than I did with the antiperspirants. But I don't get rashes. So I will take that. So it's like the ingredients that were in the antiperspirant, to keep you from sweating were a little too harsh for my skin. So I would worry that whatever they're putting in here would possibly be, maybe a little too harsh for some skin types. I also I don't need to capture light on my face. My face reflects enough light as it is. So pass. More fragrance. No, thank you. Easy tanning drops. No, I don't do self tanners. I've said before that they just always come off patchy on me, or a weird color. I would definitely not want to risk putting something on. I assume this is for your face, because it's hard to tell the size, but it looks, let's see, did they show? Yeah, I mean, with a dropper like that, this has to be for your face. So I would not want to risk. And then I also don't get it, because then I'd have to worry about having a different color concealer for the summer than for the rest of the year. I mean, my skin gets a little bit darker, but not enough that I have to worry that much about my concealer changing. I wouldn't want to make that happen, and so sudden. I'd rather it be more of a gradual, you just naturally maybe get a little tan because that happens and then it fades again. I don't know, but maybe that's just me. I've never been into tanning. Another fragrance. All right, now what is this? Oh, that's right. Glamlight was doing a collab with Kiss. So, I mean, I don't care for the band or care about them, so that's whatever. Let's see. So there's a palette, there's a lip kit. I don't really know what's in it. There's a mascara duo. I'm not in the market for mascara. Why is it a duo, though? I wonder if it'll tell me. A mirror, no thanks. I don't need black and white bases because I have my NYX Epic ink? No, it's not Epic ink. That's the eyeliner. Oh, the jumbo sticks. There's the word. The NYX jumbo sticks. I have white and black. I use them, but not that often. I'm not going to buy new black and white bases. Let's see. Oh, the lip kit. Actually, I can't really tell. Is it like a sharpener? Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's the bullet. Okay, it almost looked like there was a sharpener or something in there, but okay. I have a red lipstick. I don't need another one. I don't wear it enough to warrant more than one. So, also, this looks like a very warm tone red. I feel like for Kiss they're more of the straight neutral type of red color. So to me, that doesn't quite match. If you look at the color of the lips on the pencil versus right next to the lipstick, it doesn't look like the same red. And this is more like a brick red to me. Yeah, I'm looking at the swatch, or not the swatch, but the actual picture on the lips, and it just looks a little bit warmer. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just, I'm trying to talk myself out of makeup, not into makeup. So, all right. Yep, I already said I don't need the bases. Don't need a makeup bag. Okay, so you have a white. Oh, it's the primer and the mascara. I just use one mascara. I like to use the tubing mascaras. They seem to be the most gentle for my eyes, and I don't have to worry about them smudging or flaking or any of that. I don't use a primer, so not that for me. Okay, so to go see the palette, they either had the one that was closed, or I have to look at this. Let's see, can I zoom in? Okay, I kind of. Well, I just said I don't need more greens, so that kind of takes the one row. I'm not a big blue fan. I definitely am not a dark shimmer type of girl. So, I mean, the dark purple might not actually be that dark, but the green and the blue definitely look on the darker side. But wait, there's not a dark green matte. They just have this random teal shade. See, that's, I get annoyed. Why not instead do a dark green matte there. I mean, you can use the black, but I don't know. And then we have like this really bright poppy red, which I guess makes sense to go along with the red, but I kind of would like a more subtle something. I'm not sure what. I mean, I guess whatever this shade is, this maroon shade is kind of like the more subdued one, but what else could it be? I don't know. I also would like more than just one bright shade. I guess this purple and the pink could kind of count for some people, but for me, I definitely can't use those on my inner corner. They would just look too, cast shadows in my eye like that. But yeah, it's fine. Still not interested in a Glamlight palette. All right, what else do we have? Contouring stick. I don't contour. I don't even bronze all the time. And why does it have SPF in it? I don't know. That seems weird to me. All right, we have a brightening eye serum stick. Okay, so here's my problem with this. I only like to pat things on around my eye and not like, push super hard or drag things like that. And especially the under eye. And so to me, even if it's like one of those like glossy sticks that people use on the lips, I mean, maybe it's that glossy, but I feel like it looks more just like a stick, not like that liquidy of one. It's not like the clicking up type, if you know what I'm talking about. So I feel like you're kind of, going to be pulling or dragging on part of your eye. Yeah, this is not looking, skin warmth melts the bone. My face is not that warm. Especially, you apply it at night? Wait, or you swipe around? What? Hold on, I'm so confused. How do you swipe around eyes morning and night? Okay. I guess if you're doing at night, you would do it before your face serum. Okay. And then go slow. I don't have time for that, to wait for it to warm up. No, thank you. Pat the excess with fingertips. Wear SPF in the day. Is that because it has vitamin C in it? Yeah, no. I would feel like that would just not be awesome for the eyes. All right, we have a mineral sunscreen, which is what I use. But again, I said I like to use 50, and this is 30. How is it a brightening lotion? Oh, because it has vitamin C in it. I don't really need my face bright. I mean, I guess they're trying to... I don't know. It says invisible finish, but I also feel like, does it say how much? Oh, $36, and how much is it? Is like an ounce or something? 2 ounces? That definitely has a color to it. So that means this has a color. This would look, unless it gets paler as you rub it in, this would be too dark for me because I've done things like this before. All right, and they've got like other things with it. I don't know, maybe if I saw someone using it that was pale like me, I guess I could see. And then this whole post-consumer recycled material, I was just seeing something about how when it's the post-consumer recycle, it's like that's the type of plastic where it's like really uncomfortable to be squeezing it and getting it out. And yeah, I'm not interested at this time. I will stick with the SPF I have. Plumping blush. I don't need my cheeks plumped. My cheeks are already quite plump. I also don't need more blush. I have still plenty. So, I don't think there's really any colors that are that interesting. I mean, if I was to pick one, maybe the Blissful Bluff, because it's a neutral type of one, and those are sometimes harder to find. I feel like you can get like pinky blushes and peachy blushes and orangey blushes, but getting like just a straight neutral can be hard. But that actually still looks like it's a bit peachy. Yeah, no, that definitely looks peachy on the fair skin, so that would be too peachy for me. Thrive Cosmetics the mascara is too expensive for me, so that is why I'm going to say no to that, especially since there's so many other tubing mascaras that are at the drugstore. I don't need the Thrive one. And then we've got oh no, this is not, this is for a waterproof eyebrow. I hardly do anything to my eyebrows. I will pluck them occasionally. Sometimes I feel up for putting some product in, but the problem with my eyebrows is the hair it's my eyelashes and my eyebrows, but especially my eyebrows, are darker than my head hair. So if I add in color that matches my head hair, then it looks obvious because it's mixed in with the other. It just looks a little bit odd. But then if I match it to the eyebrow hair that's already there, it just looks so dark and a bit heavy that so I can go for a dark brown. It can be okay, but most of the time I just don't do anything and let them be. So I would probably not then try it, because I'm sure that this is going to be more money than I would want to do for like trying something out, since I'm not consistent with my brows. All right, I'm starting to get just worn out by looking. I'm not used to looking at nonstop makeup things. I don't need to grow my brow hairs. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say I am done with looking at the makeup releases for now, even though, my goodness, this is only from a day ago. There's this many makeup releases that are coming out. How am I not aware of this? If I just like click through, is there anything that catches my eye? I mean, those look sparkly, these eyeshadows, but I don't need green. Nope, no face makeup. Nope. What? Oh, this is that Dibs brand again. But I guess we've already seen what's in there. What is this, like a lip brush? But the lipstick is somehow melt. I guess it's for the brush. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Just keep moving through. There is nothing that is attracting my attention. I'm going to stop here because of the colors. But, nah, just a rainbow palette. Nope. I mean, this is interesting. It kind of makes me think, though, of my Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette, where you've got, this is a little bit more neutral even than that, but it's like, it's neutral with a bit of color. It's not, because you got like a little bit more of the pinky kinds of colors. You've got the green, so, but no, I will stick with my Blend Bunny palette. So I'm sure it's fine, but yeah, nothing too exciting. Oh, I just got the email for this. The eye paint makeup from Persona. So yeah, I'm not interested in liquid eyeshadow. I don't feel like it gives me anything different than regular eyeshadow, especially not like a metallic thing. The color fixes that I got from, I only got one. The color fix I got from Danessa Myricks, that one at least is a super sparkly. And so that works well as like a little topper to put on. If it's like, my eyeshadow seems a little boring, let me add a little sparkle to it. These, though, I can't just like top that on to what I have. That's a full on just eyeshadow that's pigmented, and the pink looks patchy. So yeah. All right, we're gonna stop it here. This is definitely my longest video at this point. So hopefully you enjoyed looking at some makeup with me. And if you did, then you can hit the like button. And maybe if you have some makeup releases that have caught your attention that you want to hear my opinion on, then you can ask me. You can share yours and I can respond to it. I'd like to see what your opinions are. And until next time, I will see you then. Hope you're doing well.